Hello and welcome back to the Flat Chat Pod. I'm joined by the usual suspects, Aaron, Jacob and Heggie. Of course, we see that there is 80% of you that are watching but are not subscribed, so make sure to subscribe so you don't miss out on the top content we've got coming out. One of which being the recent video where we've got a dice involved. You have to stay tuned to watch that. So...
Survived.
It's a tenner.
For Spotify viewers, you didn't see that, but he has just hit the camera.
And as agreed beforehand, Callum now owes the Flat Chat £10.
£10.
So that's now
it's alright, I bought the dice for 25, so it's actually 15 quid I'm going to give to the boys.
That's £35, Callum. That dice is cost you.
No, it's only 15.
So Callum, tell us our sponsors then.
So our sponsors, of course, are Lunch and Tophski's. Really good scran. Get yourself down there. Cathcart sort of area is where Tophski's is.
It's right near Hampton. Near
Hampton.
Park.
Yeah, really good scran. Jacob's always in there, never out of there. But can't blame them. Really good food. Yeah. So of course, check them out as well.
To get a discount, use code TheFlatChat10 for 10% off on their apps.
Yeah.
So you always got to save. Don't just go. Save your money.
So what are we doing today in the pod? Now that is a good question because we have not discussed what's happened in the Premier League yet. So I feel as if it's the right time to talk about how the league has started.
The League Cup in Scotland, or
no, we don't talk about that.
We won't talk about that because Aaron may cry. But no, we are talking about the Premier League. We have obviously missed the first week because we thought we'd wait till we have a little bit more information.
Yeah.
And so we've now seen every team play twice, bar the Arsenal and Palace game, which is obviously on the Monday night. We're recording this beforehand.
And Luton Burnley.
And Luton Burnley, of course, that had to miss their game because
Kenilworth's not
ready. Perfect. But we'll start off with just how you guys have felt the league's gone so far.
Start with Aaron.
In fact, we'll leave Jacob out right now.
Start near the top of the league.
So Aaron, what do you think about the league so far?
A couple of really surprising results. One big standout to me, of course, was Newcastle's first result, 5-1 against Villa, a team that I thought would do a lot better than they did. Hindered by the injury to Tyrone Mings long term. Villa might struggle without him, but we'll need to see if they can keep Diego Carlos and Pau Torres fit. Then maybe they might not need them. But you never know.
I think as well that showed how unbelievable Newcastle are, because Villa are ridiculously good, as we know. So that just shows it's a phenomenal result.
No, they're two good teams for sure. But yeah, Everton aren't. We'll get to them in a little bit. Heggie, what's your thoughts on how the league started? Any quick assessments yet?
No, just shaking the head.
He's getting nothing for
There's no quick
assessment for Heggie.
Nothing surprising happened so far. I think the only real surprise is maybe Brighton looks still so strong. They sold their best players, but
they're phenomenal.
It is the revolving door of dreams. They just bring people in, rotate, and it always works out for them. I think if there is one other talking point, it is Man City look unbeatable. I don't think they will lose many games.
I don't think they're going to concede many goals.
Newcastle was the big one, the big game as well, where I thought they'd maybe struggle early in the season, but evidently they've got past that.
There was people saying before the game Newcastle were title contenders.
Oh, Stuart Pearce came and said it on.
I've seen that.
Load of nonsense.
I think they could potentially still. I think losing 1-0 away at Man City doesn't put you out of the title race.
But the manner of the defeat was telling. They did not lay a glove on.
Yeah, they did.
They're not ready for that next step.
The one thing you're going to say for them is they're great staying in the game, being 1-0 down in the 60th, 70th minute, but they really didn't look like they were ever going to score. Man City didn't look worried at all, didn't look troubled at one bit.
They had a 3-on-1 at one point and Vardy all just sweeped it up, didn't look bothered.
They all did, they're all brilliant. Rodri is excellent, as we always say, and Haaland just didn't look like he needed to even be there, because they don't need him to be there, because they're just so controlling in the game. So
one player as well that was unbelievable, Phil Foden, and
he was brilliant.
He is going to run riot this season if he gets the game time that he deserves. If they can get Grealish, Foden, Bernardo all on the pitch at the same time, there's not many teams that's going to overrun them in midfield because they're not going to get the ball.
I think right now what we're seeing is though that Pep's liking Alvarez getting the game time.
Yeah, he's looked good as well.
Scored an incredibly good goal, didn't he?
Yeah, he did. Superb.
He's much more than a goal scorer though. I thought they signed him as a goal scorer, but he's just a really good footballer.
He takes set pieces. That's really surprised me.
You just wouldn't think so.
On his finish though, before we move on to the next thing, do you think Pope should be saving that from Alvarez?
I don't think so. I think he's hit it well.
He's hit it well.
It's because he got fingertips to it. He felt like maybe a stronger hand would have saved it.
I think he's done well to get fingertips on it.
I think the second or first choice England keeper maybe save it, but third choice, no.
I don't think they're tall enough to get a hand to it.
I agree. I think
better though.
I'm going to be honest though. I think Alisson saves it.
Really?
That's fair. I mean, what I'm saying there is, I think the best goalkeeper in the world saves it. Yeah, well, that makes sense.
Alisson was stinking the other day. He has not looked good since he's come back. Liverpool fans are not looking too happy.
He's fallen off.
Yeah, can I also say that as well? I watched the game against Bournemouth. They did not look good at all. They were so shaky in the first 15-20 minutes, and you seen that with Semenyo's goal. Brilliant take. Yeah. And I thought Bournemouth were unlucky not to maybe get 2 or 3 out that game.
Oh, fair enough.
Would have been good.
It would have been great.
I predicted Liverpool at the start to be second. It's just not happening now.
I don't know why. Why did you think that?
Because I thought the signings have brought in are going to work well, but they are getting more people in, of course.
Yeah. Was there also an expectation that they'd made those good signings because they'd made such good signings at the start? You thought they're going to continue to make those good signings, and then that all fell apart.
Lavia fell apart. Caicedo fell apart.
Of course, Chelsea just came in and stole both of them.
What's the one happiness I got?
In comes Endo, of course, top target.
30-year-old seems a
is he?
signing. Yeah, he's 30.
Did not know that. Well, he might.
Great player for Stuttgart though.
He's apparently got very good stats for Stuttgart, but they're very good defensive stats in a team that play defensive football. So,
but they need a defensive midfielder.
They need it,
and all the FIFA merchants on Twitter are the ones that are putting him down. They've never seen him play.
No
one's seen him play.
Oh, we don't know. We don't know.
Yeah.
Danny Allen hasn't seen him play, if you believe that.
So, we've talked a wee bit about how the league started, but we'll talk about something that's close to our hearts. We'll talk about FPL before we get into Everton, Jacob. I thought you get a wee bit excited there when I started that.
I don't actually know which I'd rather you spoke about.
It's not doing well in either.
Nah, don't tell them.
We'll start with FPL because, of course, we do have a league that is, of course, sponsored by Tophski's and Lunch. Make sure, of course, as we said, that you're checking them out. So, Heggie, do you want to just run us through the league and how you're doing, how we're all doing, and how the league is panning out so far after 2 game weeks?
Yeah. So, I'm not actually sure how many people are in the league. It doesn't go that far down. There is that many in it.
I keep flexing on us.
Yeah, I think there's over
700.
Was it
more than
700-800?
It was at 750 minimum.
Yeah. Unfortunately, you cannot join anymore.
I can nearly find out how many just by my position.
Are you that bad?
Oh, it's really low.
Really low.
It's
really
been
low.
roped for this.
How many Everton players do you go for?
Just one, Pickford surely.
Maybe Pickford.
Yeah.
But I get roped into that. I didn't want him.
Did you not want Dan Juma too?
I wanted him, but it's not fit.
Yeah.
So, from all those entries, there is a top 3 that we are going to be paying out at the end of the season.
I thought you meant now.
I was going to say, whoa!
£300 to the winner.
So, top 3, Callum, Haig and Aaron? Is that what you're saying?
Yeah.
It's not looking likely.
No.
Where are all of us first before we read out the top 3?
I know
Callum are identical.
Yeah, we get the exact same
Wow, we
points
live
tally.
together and have the same points.
We get very...
Dude.
How many points do we have?
100,
122?
yeah.
Oh, I don't know my points.
122. We are currently 173rd in the league out of what, 800 or so.
Yeah.
Jacob,
Aaron,
Aaron, we're starting
he's got his up.
Yep, I am on 108 points so far, so a little bit behind you guys, but happy where I am at this stage of the season, and I am 436
Right,
in
so
the league,
you're-
so not last.
You're
So you're in
halfway.
the bottom half.
Bottom half, but not last.
Jacob?
I'm 667th.
So relegation zone for Jacob.
Oh, I am right down there. It's me, my mum, and my dad, basically.
I was going to say, it's so fitting that the Everton fan is sitting around the relegation zone. It's great.
I know.
Aaron should be in a different league to us all.
There is people tied at the top, so we'll read out the top 5. Well done to Jamie Hartley. Team name Too Easy. Good one. I like that one.
Too easy, yeah.
Pete Watt with Saka Tatties, so he's
Again?
a Scottishman. We'd love to see that.
Love that.
Strong.
Liam Lowry with Gen 11.
Names are poor.
If we're reading your name wrong as well, DM us on Instagram, tell us how.
Aye, let us know.
When you said
Yeah.
D, I thought you were going to say deal with it.
Just deal with it.
Your name's wrong. Who cares?
We don't care.
Joint third is Dylan Anderson with Dylan's Reserves.
Imagine what his first team will do.
Yeah. And Kieran Hartness in 5th with Dumbarton and Dummer.
Just like Dumb and
Yeah.
Dumb. That's the best name.
That's the best name of
Another
there.
Scotsman as well. So
Really?
they're all on 147 points upwards, 153 points for the top place. So well done, guys.
I wonder who they've got that's meant that they're so far.
I reckon,
check out.
I reckon they've used like triple captains and stuff like that.
Yeah.
So top place has Mbuemo, Wisa, Estupinian, Akanji.
Wow.
He's doing well.
Oh, it's that Visa pick. That's really good.
And he's not used a chip.
I've got to say that that Mbuemo shout in the pod saying you get him and he's got 3 goals.
Do we all have him?
Hopefully you all listened.
Oh, well, I've got him. I had him, but I had him. I've always had him.
I also picked him in 3 goals, Solly March.
Nice.
But
You
yeah.
did say that.
Where is he?
And
But you didn't back yourself. That's worse.
Wow.
It's alright. I had Estepinian and Matoma who set up nicely for the first goal, so I was quite happy with that.
Who
That
did
wasn't your shouts.
Gilmore was your
No, it
shout.
wasn't my shout, but
Have you got
That's
Gilmore?
what I'm talking about, the shouts.
now you see,
Gilmore's a
listen,
3
we all
points.
make mistakes in life.
So no Gilmore.
So no
Don't worry,
Gilmore.
I've not got Cameron Archer.
Exactly.
I do. I took Cal's advice.
So none of us have backed our shouts.
And then
we have no. We
I
have
saw
no
they
faith
brought
in
in an
ourselves.
18-year-old striker ahead of him, so he's
Yeah.
actually not getting any minutes.
Duran.
Yeah.
And they scored.
Yeah, he scored.
Did
as
he?
well. Yeah.
That's a good segue. Let's talk about the mighty Everton Football Club.
Yeah.
20th
Mighty is
place.
the wrong
Because they
word.
took an absolute pumping from Aston Villa today, didn't they, Jacob?
They certainly did. They didn't lay a glove on them. Calvert-Lewin got... I mean, if you don't know if you've seen the photo of his face.
No,
it's
we were watching it.
doubled in size, so...
Yeah.
You wouldn't have maybe seen that now. Like,
Yeah.
he's posted that. You don't follow him on Insta?
I don't
Doing
follow
this now.
Everton news, no.
Yeah.
I don't think there's a player that's more made of glass in world football.
I mean, have you seen
I
what's
know, but
happened
it's,
to him?
it's just everything happens to him.
Yeah.
I'm
gonna be honest,
luckier than...
I agree with that. I would have said Keaton Tierney about a year ago, but he's been fit for a year.
Yeah.
Just not played.
Exactly. He's
No,
been.
I think as well, he's integral to everything, so you lose him,
Yeah.
it falls apart. Last year, we dropped Michael Keane for our last 4 games because he was a liability.
Yeah.
We started this season with playing them both. We've said for years we need a striker, we've not bought one. We put a centre mid in Garner at right wing. We play a 38-year-old at left back who's... Patterson's not Premier League ready.
Hasn't been for the last
I'm pretty
2
sure
years.
Ashley Young took a throw in and just launched it across your box, and then he scored. I'm pretty sure that happened today. I don't
You
have a
forgot
clue.
what team he was playing for?
Yeah, he did, because he got a round of applause, and then 2 minutes later he was throwing the ball into them. Like, he went over to the corner, round of applause. Yeah, done. There you go, have a go.
I'm worried. I am worried. Wolves next week at home, they're just as bad.
Yeah.
It really is a massive
Oh,
game.
that's a 0-0. 100%.
That's a middle.
Tarkovsky came out saying Villa got pumped last week and then scudded someone. Why can't we do that next week?
I was going to say,
Sure.
I must say, Everton might not be a great football club, but they're a fantastic charity now by giving Aston Villa their goal difference back from game week 1.
That is very true. That's actually very true.
So, credit to Everton for the charity work. I don't know how it will help them avoid joining us in the Sky Bet next season, but...
Because you're not getting out of it. 'cause
Oh,
you
there's no
can't-
chance of that.
You can't even win a game down there.
Listen, HMS Pistol League is in progress. The other 43 games will have it. Pistol League, it's happening.
I don't know about that.
Yeah.
That's a tenner fine for swearing.
Listen, that's what Leeds say.
We will beat Wolves next week, I think, and we'll be okay.
Are you at home?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's
You
big.
should beat them.
I can tell you right now, no football's going to be played that day. So if you guys are thinking, oh, maybe I'll watch, don't bother.
I was going to say...
Are they not also missing Mateus Nunes because he got sent off?
Yeah.
Didn't they?
Oh,
Yeah,
yeah,
they are.
that's the
They are
difference.
the
'cause
best
he was
player.
good against United.
Yeah, but you're missing any talent in your squad, so... there's that.
Also, one thing I noticed about Wolves watching the game against Brighton, they were so wasteful. Like,
Yeah, they were. There was so many one-on-ones. That
You were getting
friggin'
so excited by it.
Oh, I was listening on TalkSport. The game is end to end. Wolves one-on-one. Steele saves everything. Missing chance. They are so bad.
they are
Back in it.
awful.
They are a joke.
Quickly talking about Steele, he subbed himself out and then back in and took a -8 on fantasy this week.
They are shit.
So I'm not sure why he did it. Clearly must have thought he was getting dropped and then realised I can't do that.
No, but people thought that on Twitter, but obviously he didn't because he played.
Yeah, exactly.
That's weird behaviour, isn't
Yeah,
it?
because he was going to get done for like fixing and fantasy.
Lucas Paqueta immediately wants to know your location.
So we've talked about Everton. Didn't
Let's
go on.
not do that ever again.
We'll talk about a team that we're actually a wee bit surprised by. I know they've not got max points, but we'll talk about Spurs. I don't like doing it, but they have looked actually how we expected. Because
I was
obviously
surprised. I was
not
gonna say
really.
that.
We aren't too surprised, but I think the general public are because they haven't experienced Ange
Yeah.
and how he plays football.
I think they're still, and this is going to be weird me saying this, I think they're a top striker away from being a good side.
Yeah, potentially.
I
Yeah.
don't think Richarlison's working as a striker. I think he'd be a great winger, or he's not a winger, but you know what I mean, like a wide forward, but they need an out-and-out striker.
I mean, for the last
All
half
the
hour
back.
of the game, they had Son up front.
What about top centre half? Or do you think that the signing of Van de Ven
He looks good.
decent?
Van de
Van
Ven
de
looks good.
He reminds me. I know it might just be that they look very similar, but he looks very. It is Botman. He looks the exact same build. The two of them
Both
really
Dutch,
are.
both
You know, there's
very
also-
Dutch, very tall, big
He's also
guys.
very good, and we all said he would be very good. James Maddison.
Yeah,
yeah,
Just
we knew he
silky,
was-
silky player.
walked off in a space boot though.
I saw that big boot, but
Yeah. Well,
I'm going to say I hope he's alright, and for him I do, but I don't like Spurs, so I don't care.
We
I mean, the main thing... Sorry, on you go. You go.
No, you were speaking first. Sorry.
So the main thing is for me, I think where a lot of the surprise with Tottenham is, a lot of people have said, "Oh, Ange will come down and bring this attacking style of football in," and people just think, it's not the Scottish Premiership, with all due respect. And they've actually gone out and surprised teams and English Premier League teams have got that shocked Pikachu face. Like
You're
Spurs
right.
actually played how we thought they were going to.
I think the thing that is a bit surprising is the personnel that he's using. Adoge at left
Very
back,
good.
nobody was expecting.
Basuma's
him.
looking like the player we thought.
I
we
mean,
were getting
last year you guys said he was one of the signs of the summer.
No, we meant Vic. We meant for
Signs
this
of this
season.
summer.
Looked too far into the future.
Exactly.
That's how lots of players do. Like Rodri wasn't the best player when he joined first season. Calvin Phillips probably turns into Rodri this year.
Stones wasn't
I
that
hope so.
I know, yeah.
Basuma was really bad though.
Yeah, I bet
I thought that Pappy, is it
I was
Sarr?
gonna say,
He was so silky.
Yeah.
That's,
Yeah, he
that's
was.
clearly my word of the day, but he was just saucy.
They're very Ange players, Basuma, Sarr, Maddison. They're
Yeah.
going to work their socks off. They're decent on the ball. They're not going to put themselves into terrible situations in the midfield.
Yeah.
And it does just work.
It does work, but I think it didn't quite work against Brentford because I believe they are set up well and also do those things that you're saying that Ange's teams do.
Oh,
They
Thomas
work
Frank's unbelievable.
so hard.
Yeah, he's a great man. Great
But-
man, Thomas Frank.
If we
They've had years together.
true, and if you flip that round, Spurs' other game where they did win was Man United, where you didn't see what we've just said there. You didn't see any work. You saw
Oh,
our
they were-
captain whinging and moaning again
Every time. I can't stand him.
The cheese was out for them.
It was-
every single time.
I got that today, to be fair.
But,
Did you for moaning?
but at the end of the day, though, when it comes to Bruno Fernandes,
and then I got megged last man, and the ref was like, "Ooh," I was like, "I should have been sent off."
Usual then.
Usual.
You're
Usual.
giving away fouls.
I was going to say, this man thinks he's a striker, so he's
Exactly.
tackles like one.
Exactly. Wrong place.
no, sorry, on Bruno Fernandes, do we not think that because he's the one that's moaning and stuff, he should be the captain? Is that a thing, do you think? Or are we just
He's-
so dumb
he's
with
the most
Fernandes?
People get really excited by a captain's armband. I think it doesn't matter who wears it
Yeah.
at all.
You think that it's
He
over?
gets to do. He's clearly very good at press conferences, and he's clearly got a good win rate at not flipping a coin. Genuinely, anyone else can be a captain on the pitch. You don't
Yeah.
need to be wearing it.
But do you
Yeah.
think they have other captains on the pitch? Do you think?
Not enough.
No.
Not enough, definitely not. I mean, Casemiro's unfit. He's not, like he could be captain of the team.
Is that what
not
you think
playing.
it is? Do we all think Casemiro's unfit, or do we think he's just falling off now because he's a bit older?
I think it's a bit of both, to be honest. He is a bit unfit, but let's be honest, he's not getting any younger, and I think that
I think another thing with him is it's not actually that he was unfit, it's that he's playing in a midfield by himself because he's got Mount and Bruno, which we all guessed wouldn't quite work in
I mean,
midfield with them.
It would work more if they played the system like Arsenal and Man City. But they're, for some reason, playing a 4-2-3-1 with Mount as the second DM.
Yeah, he's not
it makes
that.
no sense.
He was useless, a waste of space being
Yeah.
there. He's just not.
He's a goal scorer.
Yeah.
What is
He's a
Bruno
goal
doing? What is Bruno doing?
He's not just been best when he's played out the right. Like, I mean, he's in a position where he's not needed to track back, but he does do that work, and it's so much better when he's in that position doing it.
His best work was in the middle, I think, 2 seasons ago, and then he got moved out to the right last season where he wasn't really
Right.
as good.
Okay.
Yeah.
But he's just not that position. Ericsson isn't that position either, and that's the other
They
problem.
need Amrabat, don't they? I think
They
that's the
really,
one.
really do.
I think Liverpool might be getting him.
No, they won't.
I was going to say, and immediately a bid comes in for Chelsea for £150 million.
Chelsea into the race.
Why are they going for a player that played with Watford 5 years ago?
Listen, it's Chelsea logic. Don't go with that, or it's Liverpool logic as well.
He didn't get the joke.
I think it's
fine.
It went
It's
on
all
my head.
Right, okay, so now we've talked about Spurs, talked about Man United. We're going to talk a wee bit about Brighton because we've obviously
Happily.
mentioned them slightly.
I think they're the best team in the league to watch.
They're
They're
honestly,
up there.
they are like Brazil right now. How like
It's
prime
the
Brazil?
movement.
It's
It's the movement off
crazy.
the ball is phenomenal.
Who's better, Ronaldinho or Matoma? That's a question that has to be
Who?
said.
I hear it.
Dribbling.
Exactly.
That goal is ridiculous. He just picks it up and he just does what every good winger should do and dreams of doing, and he scores it. It's
He also
brilliant.
gets
Exactly.
fouled like at least once,
Yeah.
if not twice, whilst running.
That's brilliant.
No one's good enough to do that other than him in the league. I
At the
think
current moment.
in their prime,
Hold on a sec.
Jack Grealish
That's-
back at Villa would
Yeah.
do things like that.
in their prime,
Salah as well.
Rashford could do it.
Yeah.
Son
I've
could
seen
do it.
Martinelli do it,
Son
and I
literally did
think
it from
this is
further.
what Chelsea need and want and thought Mudryk would do.
Yeah, but currently Matoma is the only one in the league that can do it.
No, I think
I don't
I
think
think
so.
Rashford and
I think
Martinelli could all do that.
Not
son.
right now.
Rashford,
I mean, they,
Salah,
no, they all could just do it. Like,
Why are they not doing it then?
well, because
I think Salah.
I mean, scoring a
I'm talking about
random.
left wingers. That's taking it on the byline, near the halfway line, and just running
I think
through
I think you
it.
can say Martinelli.
Martinelli
Martinelli
would still
can.
do it.
Then.
What he does, he just
He-
doesn't score
he
ones
did
that are quite as good
He
as
did a
that.
ridiculous wee flick to
Yeah.
set up the goal.
No,
that was a brilliant.
I think there's a lot of players that could do it.
No
but
one's as good at ball
it
carrying.
was so good.
I mean,
get
PhD
that, I get
dribbling, you're
that.
supposed to.
I think Jack Grealish is just as good at ball carrying. I think
Mitoma's better.
we're giving a lot of praise to Mitoma. It's week 2 here. Come on.
He's done it all last season.
He's very good.
I think we're going the opposite way from where we were, because when we talked about FPL, we didn't think Mitoma would be as good, but when he became as good, we've just started showering him with loads
Oh
of
no,
praise.
I don't know how I've not put him in my team though.
That's
Doesn't matter. I've got him. I'm still 6-6-7.
I have.
Yeah, that's true. I thought I'd try and save money and go João Pedro, and it's just backfired
Everyone's got it
massively.
as well.
He
Exactly,
scored
there's no
last week.
difference.
But I didn't want too many Brighton players. So
Why? They're the top of the league.
I didn't know that would happen again, did I? Didn't expect them to be this good, but they have been excellent. You're right, Heggie. Mitoma is excellent. Is there any other players we think are just brilliant? Because I've got to talk Estepinian.
I mean, Solly March as
Or
well.
Brighton.
Right, Estepinian. as
Gilmore
well.
completed 59 out of 60 passes or something
Oh,
ridiculous.
how many does he get in fantasy for that, points wise?
I think you just get the 2 for starting.
Right, there we go, lad.
Still got points.
He's phenomenal. He is phenomenal.
More points than Pau Pedro.
No.
I'm excited to see him start again for Scotland next month.
Yeah.
Hopefully.
Oh, definitely. We'll finish off in one other team. We'll talk about, Brighton Mark 2, and that's Chelsea.
They just buy all the players.
They are pretty much just all. They're Brighton from 2 years ago. What do we think on their start of the season? Obviously, not picking up the best.
On you go.
Good result first week.
Yeah,
They
Liverpool.
played well.
Looked good.
They
Lost-
potentially could have won it though.
Yeah, they lost Reece James though, which is big. He is their best player.
Clearly.
Missing a penalty today is huge.
Yeah, they need to integrate these players into the squad, and it's not going to happen instantly. They're going to finish, I reckon now, maybe 8th.
No.
8th? I think
Seventh, maybe.
I think low. Not as low.
Wow, okay.
No, I think they'll be about 12, 13.
I could easily name 7 better teams in the league currently.
I know,
Brighton, Man City, Liverpool, Tottenham, Arsenal,
Newcastle.
Villa, Newcastle,
Yeah.
I know, but that's just
Man
right
United
now.
as well.
Yeah.
Things change very quickly.
They
do.
But how long does it take them to integrate into the squad and gel?
Caicedo's not played yet. And Nkunku's not played a Premier League game yet. He'll join in a few
Lavia's not
months.
played.
Lavia's not played yet. I think it's just going to be trying to get all those players played
I think
together.
as well, it's like Liverpool who have just bought a whole new midfield. How many times can you name a team buying a full midfield? It just doesn't really happen in football.
Exactly.
Usually you integrate one at a time or maybe 2 at an absolute push.
Yeah, both those teams, Liverpool and Chelsea, because of the changes they've made, will just grow throughout the season.
Oh yeah, they'll
I
be
really
better
do
and better.
think they'll get,
The question I have with Chelsea is, and it might seem a bit far-fetched, but we know Bowley is very scattergun and will pull the trigger on a manager if it's not working. Klopp will get that time, the 3 that they've got. Will Bowley give Pochettino the time? I know it sounds far-fetched, but we've seen it with Tuchel.
Surely.
Yeah,
Surely he gets
can't.
time, surely. But
you can't predict it with this guy though.
no, you
really
can't. You really
I
can't.
think Poch gets the season regardless.
I think so too. I think Chelsea fans have, or maybe it might change after today, but they seem to have.
I thought you said resigned themselves.
He's got the Chelsea guys on side. He's got the fans on side because their pre-season was good. But we'll see how long that
I
lasts.
say it every year, pre-season does not matter.
It does.
You even said Chelsea had a great pre-season, they've came back and they're rubbish.
Yeah,
I
but
know
that-
it's one of those ones where it does matter if you have a really good pre-season and then go on and start the league really well. You go, oh, that's why, because the pre-season was looking
But
good.
what about teams that have rubbish pre-seasons and start really well?
I know, it's one of those ones where you just get rid of it. But it's one of the, you still look at the games and go, you're looking at little bits of playing going, that's going to hopefully work this season. That's going to work this season.
You're looking at players and
But-
going, well, that could be good.
But it's
That
clearly
could be
not
good.
worked for Chelsea.
But Chelsea were playing pre-season with a different team.
There you go.
There you go.
Yeah, spot on. Yeah.
No,
He's right. He's right. No,
The
he's
full
right.
midfield's different.
Yeah. Nkunku played.
Yeah.
You're right. I think that's another thing. So it is a different team, massively. So we'll finish off. One last thing for you boys. A wee interesting one.
Ooh.
Give me your MVP so far for the season. I don't need to ask Heggie. Mitoma. Is it Mitoma?
If it's not Mitoma, then
And who?
It might be.
That's
someone
on the
else.
spot.
Yeah, no, I've really given you one here.
Come back to me.
Okay, Aaron, you got one for us?
Ooh.
Best
I'm
player.
stuck.
you
I'm
need a
stuck.
player,
Does
so
it
it
need
can't
to
just
be a
be.
player?
I'd
Can I
s-
not say Ange?
If you want Ange, you can go
I'm going
Ange.
Ange.
You want
Okay.
Ange?
Okay, no, that's fine. I'm
You know-
happy with that. As long as it's a player, person, manager, whatever.
You know what? I'm going to go for the Zerbi. I think we've talked a lot about the players, but as a manager that gets them playing that, and I think he's done very well to get them
good
back
shout.
to being as good as they are.
Very good shout. Jacob, any thoughts?
I'm going to go for Rodri. I think he's just excellent. He's just in the middle of the park, keeps the ball.
Yeah,
He's
no,
excellent.
that's my pick as well.
Yeah, he's
So-
just you can't get the ball off Man City,
Mhm.
and if you do, he'll just take it back off you.
Listen, Jacob, we know the way to stop Rodri. All you need to do is replace the opposition with Scotland,
A few
make the
hard-
stadium Hampden, and then that's you.
A few hard tackles and he
A
is.
few hard tackles, and you've stopped them.
But
That's it.
he he gives as good as he gets, doesn't he? As well,
He does.
He's just.
He's also got that thing about him. What is it? He can't get booked. That's it.
Oh, yeah,
The
of course.
dark arts.
That's, I don't know what it is, man. Some sort of juju where
It
he's allowed
really
to do
is.
whatever he wants. And
He's got the ref's nudes. Let's be real. He definitely does.
He's
It's
got
every single one somehow. As well.
He hypnotises them before every game. You will not give me a yellow card.
No, Rodri is my pick as well. He's just a brilliant player.
He's a good-
Cal, I think you get the best pick out of the three.
Yeah, I'd agree with you. I think you get the best. So, Rodri for me, Rodri for Jacob, Ange for Heggie. Matoma, I think, does deserve a shout though. How that was a good goal.
Yeah.
And
Zerbi for me.
Zerbi, yeah, that's a good shout as well. So that has been our quick roundup of the Premier League's start of the season. If you've enjoyed, of course, leave a like, follow, make sure you're leaving any ratings on Spotify as well. And of course, as always,
Take it easy.